what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy that. Let's get into the 5 newcomers set to make an impact for LSU in 2024. And this list comes from LSU Tiger Wire. Who wrote this? Taylor, if you could give me that. But it's from USA Today's LSU's LSU site. It's very good. Taylor gets on LSU Tiger Wire all the time, actually. A lot ends up in the document here. But we'll kind of see if we agree with this list here. Number 5 on this list, cornerback P.J. Woodland. I would give this a thumbs up. This was the guy who was kind of the talk of spring in a lot of ways. He played a lot. He is a true freshman early enrollee. That's correct on Woodland? Am I right on that?
Yeah, he's a freshman.
Freshman early enrollee, and he was the guy that during all of those media availabilities, his name would be brought up unbidden, right? Which is always a sign that you're doing very well and impressing the coaches when they're going out of their way to mention you. So, yeah, right off the bat, P.J. Woodland's a very good call and a sneaky call that nobody, unless you cover LSU or really love the team and follow them, would know who the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, you're not going to get the Phil Steele magazine and turn it to the LSU portion of it and have P.J. Woodland mentioned at all other than incoming freshman.
Yeah.
But to your point, T-Bob, coaches, when they see a young player or a new player, depending on the transfer portal now, but when they see a player make a play and then continues to make plays, they don't even know they're doing it, but when they mention them in press conferences, they'll do it like 3 or 4 times. And he was that guy in the spring.
Yep.
It's a position of need. And you're going to have young players already fighting for a spot there at corner. And so he's going to get an opportunity. It's not going to be like, hey, he's a freshman. That's kind of out the door now. Like, that doesn't happen. When you and I were playing, even some of your best players were going to redshirt. They weren't going to play. Now, with everybody early enrollee coming into the spring, everybody's available, and if you go out there and impress, they will put you out there.
I still think the only position where people still redshirt is like O-line, but then again, you got Will Campbell and Emory Jones, even proving that completely wrong. So, P.J. Woodland maybe going to be relied upon. Who do we think is going to be the starting corners?
I think it's going to be Stamps.
Samson Woodland?
If Woodland gains the proper weight over the summer, yeah. But if Alexander's healthy, I would probably say Stamps.
But Woodland will factor in maybe a nickel, maybe rotationally. Either way, P.J. Woodland, I think, will be one of the top newcomers of the new year.
I'll tell you what. I mean, so I'm a huge fan of our lads. They do depth charts, and I always have it pulled up. They have Stamps and Woodland as your starting corners, with Alexander as kind of a nickel.
All right. I mean, coming off an injury. I mean, those feel like the 3 that will get the first crack at it. We'll see who kind of stands the test of time there.
I mean, Toviano last year, I mean, he played some as well. He'll come into the mix there. And then you've got a couple of Ohio State transfers in Brown and Johnson.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I never really think about him. Maybe because
Johnson's been hurt.
Yeah,
I
was going to say because he's been hurt, been unavailable mainly. Again, like I said, the secondary this year is one where I don't know what the answers are, but I feel pretty good about everything you're going to throw against the wall that something's going to stick. Maybe not to the most dominant tune. Again, not like DBU level, but like I feel you should be drastically improved from last season. All right, Gio Paez, the Wisconsin defensive line transfer, is next on this list. I don't know why. I'm just not very bullish on Paez. I don't know if it's like the size. I mean, he has pretty good experience coming out of Wisconsin. Nothing too overwhelming. And again, that needed like trying to gain some weight to get ready for that interior. But if nothing else, he's going to play a lot because that is a group that just doesn't have bodies. So yes, like I don't think he's going to be like some all SEC player, but in terms of making an impact, he's going to have to make an impact because he's going to be thrust to the forefront.
When you mentioned size,
wasn't he like 285?
He's listed at 310. He's not 310.
No, okay. I thought when he came over, they said he was like 285. If he's up to 310, that's fine.
I mean, that's what he's listed.
Yeah, but even if he's at 305, I'll take that. I can work with that on the interior. I mean,
last year he had 23 total tackles for Wisconsin. No sacks. I don't think I see any tiffles here either.
That's what I'm saying. It's a solid piece, but that's what LSU just needs building blocks.
They needed a body,
Yeah.
a capable body, somebody that's been in, major college football, Big Ten physical conference. Yeah, so he's going to play a lot to your point, T. But I'm not sure how impactful as far as stats
I
and
agree.
flashes, and he's just going to be somebody that hey, hold the water there.
We're on the
Hold
same
double
page.
team.
I mean, I look at this list, and he would be the one that I would take off and maybe replace with somebody else. C.J. Daniels is on this list. Absolutely. One of the top transfer wide receivers. How did he look in spring, though? I don't remember especially hearing too much about Daniels in spring.
This was the first year that you and I, we couldn't go to practice.
No, because they practiced during the morning shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, they practiced during while we were still on air. But C.J. Daniels, he's kind of being painted as wide receiver 2 potentially. Jordan Gilbert, yes, absolutely. We've talked a ton about him. He is potentially the piece that makes everything work in the secondary, freeing up Major Burns, freeing up Sage Ryan to play their more natural positions. Please, Jordan Gilbert, be good. If Jordan Gilbert is good, this LSU defense could be pretty good. And then you got Dominic McKinley at D-tackle, which this feels almost more hopeful than anything. This is another one. If Dominic McKinley is impactful, if you feel him, then that's a very good thing because he is at your absolute biggest position of need. But that's hard for a guy that's not an early enrollee and is going to just have a summer to get ready.
Do you have someone that you would add? You mentioned maybe taking Gio Paez off this list. Would you add somebody? Is there anybody off the top of your mind? Because I know who Taylor would add.
No, who would you add?
Deshaun McBride.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That's right.
Little LP boy.
Safety.
Dude, they like him. They've talked a lot about him. I mean, Gilbert took starter reps in the spring, but Deshaun McBride, just like P.J. Woodland, wasn't asked about him, was continuously brought up. He actually played really well in the spring game also. He's got good size. He's 6'3".
You got to love having Corey Raymond coaching these guys, too, now, as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting back to what made you great before.
I told you this before. I've said it on air, so I'm not telling a secret. But that was a position that when I went to practice, when you and I would go to practice, outside of the D-line, because unfortunately, obviously, you don't expect your coach to have a medical issue. I would always wonder, where's coaching coming from?
Yeah.
They didn't seem like they were on the same page. And it just felt like this huge disconnect between safeties and corners, and you could feel that going to practice. Just watching.
So there it is. Some of your top 5 newcomers going into 2024.
I want to add one name to the list, Trey Green.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. I
think that you can you're a freshman. We've got a really good, solid tight end room. Mason's going to be out there 95% of the time. But I need you in the red area. I need you in some of these moments to line up as an F in the slot, use your size and athletic ability. We'll get to the playbook later on.
Well, and in terms of impact, situationally, he should be in situations in which the play that he can make would have a big impact because it could literally just be a touchdown. Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.